Hi, it's Graham Frame here, and you've probably heard that very few people online succeed. 95% fail. These are pretty rock-solid statistics that have been knocking about since I got online back in 1998 and started making money online. And these statistics are there, and they're quoted, and they are factual, but unless you know why, then there is little that you can do about it. If you know the reasons behind things, then you can make the changes that will bring you the success that you want. So what I want to do today is show you very simply the mathematical proof of exactly why failure rates are so high, and I'll be going into a couple of other things as well as the actual mathematical proof there, but essentially there are two kinds of income. There's the recurring income and there is the one-off income, and I'd like to cover a little bit of both. But first of all, I'm going to cover recurring income here because I don't have any mathematical proof for this. When we get on to the single income, or can be recurring income as well, and we're looking at matrix plans and this sort of thing, then I want to go to a spreadsheet. But recurring income is great. It's the best form of income if it is genuinely recurring and it keeps going. The problem is recurring income seldom lasts more than 3 months. I think the average is about 3.7 months or something like that for what you consider to be recurring income for it to actually last, because people get sick of paying out, because recurring income means people are paying out on a regular basis for something. And the reason they get fed up and sick of it is because most of the time the things that people are selling for this recurring income don't have any real value, or if they do have real value, it's not reflected in the price. The price is they tend to be overpriced. This is a little bit different with some products. If you are, for example, if you've got people who you've sold an autoresponder to, many of those will stay with you for life because they'll stick with the autoresponder for life as long as they stay with online marketing. They need the autoresponder, and so that they'll stick with it and it'll keep going. A good example of this was back a few years before the internet got to the state it is now, where people get all the news and everything off the internet and social media. News agents were considered one of the best businesses there are, and this wasn't because they made a lot of profit on what they sold. They sold newspapers, and newspapers are usually fairly inexpensive, and the profit margins on the newspapers are usually fairly small. But news agents in the old days, nearly every household bought at least one newspaper. Many of them bought 2 a day, and at weekends they'd perhaps have 3 or 4. And if you had a news agent and he had, say, 3,000 homes in his little patch, that was 3,000 newspapers a day as a minimum, and probably pushing towards an average of 5,000 newspapers daily. Then you can see how it added up, because if you're only making 10 cents 5,000 times, $500. And if you're making $500 a day, and that's regular, it's repeat income, it's coming in regardless of what goes on, just coming in day after day after day after day, you've got a good solid business. And then anything that you sell on top of that, I mean, news agents typically sell cigarettes and sweets and candies and maybe toys, little bits and pieces, then it was a good business because they had this strong basis of recurring income. But if you're selling overpriced training courses, which are quite often the basis of recurring income, many of the people that buy them don't even open them and read them. They just buy them so that they can make a profit selling them, and then after 2 or 3 months they found they're not even covering their costs, then they drop out. And this is the same with lots of other products, some of them tangible, health products, vitamins. People don't see the benefits quick enough for them to keep paying out the money. They don't see the value over a period of time because they're not making the commissions and so on. So that's why recurring income tends to be a little bit of a misnomer. It's great when the product is good value for money and something that everybody wants and needs, but that's rarely the case. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut from here and go to the spreadsheet, and I'm going to show you what happens, why people fail in multi-level marketing. And it's quite simple to show you mathematically. So here I've got three little examples. The first one is probably the most common. It's showing a 5 wide force matrix, and I've only shown 4 levels. Sometimes it'll go down 10 levels, sometimes it'll go down 3 levels. It doesn't matter, the principle is the same. And it doesn't matter whether it's a 3 wide matrix or a 2 wide matrix or a 10 wide matrix or a unilevel matrix that goes in infinitely wide. It doesn't matter whether it's a binary system, whether it's a pass-up system. All these things suffer from the same simple deficiency, I suppose you would call it. And if we look at this, if we take a matrix that's 5 wide, and this is used commonly, there's one person at the top and he introduces 5 people, and then there are 25 people on the next level and 125 people on the next level. And it doesn't matter how deep you go, the principle is the same. In fact, the deeper you go, the worse it gets, because a lot of companies will have something that's 10 or 12 levels deep because it shows massive income once you've built to 10 or 12 levels. Hardly ever does anybody build more than 3 or 4 levels. And so the company benefits 2 ways. They have all the hype of showing you these massive incomes, and they don't have to pay out those commissions from the bottom 6 levels, which are often significant amounts of money. But if we take this as a simple example, you can see that one person at the top, he wins big, but it's only 0.64% of the total number of people. Why does he win big? Well, suppose there was a dollar paid on each level in commission. He'd be getting $155. He'd be getting 125, 25 and 5, $155. Okay, he's winning big. The people on the next level are also winning, but they're not winning as much because they're not getting all this. What they actually get is they have 5 people under them, and under them is 25 people, so they get $30. They'd be getting $30, so it's dropped dramatically just in that level. So they're winning $30. If the product costs $5, they're making a $25 profit. This guy's making the big money. If we get to this level, they've only got 5 people each underneath them. They're making $5. It's costing them $5. They may win a little or break even, or they may lose a little. It depends on the absolute structure, but these people are never going to make a lot of money and they're going to drop out. And these people down here are losers. They're going to lose because they're at the bottom of the pile. And that's why they drop out. And that's why you have this constant churn. And these people in the top 2 levels are constantly trying to put people in at the bottom to make up for the people that are dropping out. And you can see here that we've got 96% of people losing or not making money. And that is the mathematical fact. And if you take a 3 by matrix, it's the same sort of thing. You've got 88% here, but these people are not going to be making any money either. So that's another 95% of people losing money. And it's all right saying, well, everybody is the start of his own matrix and everybody has an equal opportunity. It doesn't matter. Some people will become this number 1. Most people will stay as this level here, losing money. These 2 levels. It's a mathematical fact. And this is a 2 by matrix, and the same thing happens here. You've got 50, 75%, 85, 87%, who some of them might be making a little bit of money, but very, very little. even here they're not going to be making much money. There's only going to be these top 2 levels that are making any real money. So that is the mathematical reason why multi-level marketing doesn't work for the majority of people. It's a fact that the majority must lose to pay for the ones that win. It is true that people can make a lot of money. I've made a lot of money in multi-level marketing, but you get burnout from it. You decide that it's not worth all the struggle of keeping your group going by keep putting people in. It's not worth the fact that your conscience is being attacked because you're promising all these people that they can make money, and you look at the figures and most of them are losing money. They're having their dreams crushed. You tell them to shoot for the moon, and if they miss, they'll hit the stars, but they don't miss and hit the stars. They miss the moon and they come crashing back down to earth as total wrecks. It's not good. Are there ways of making this work? Well, I've been searching for 25 years for this, and maybe I am a little bit slow on the uptake because it's taken me 25 years to find and devise a plan that will eliminate this problem. And that plan we are programming now. We're putting it into force in the WeShareAbundance.com website, and that will be launching hopefully before the end of the year. I was hoping it would be launching on the 1st of October, but programming, apart from taking a lot of time and a lot of money, seems to always overrun, and then you've got to sort the bugs out and things. It takes more time and more money than you ever think. If you get a quote for $50,000 and 6 months, it's going to cost you $150,000, and it's going to take 12 to 18 months. That's the way it works. Hopefully we'll be getting to launch, maybe in phases even, this year, and that will be in WeShareAbundance.com. And I hope this has opened your eyes to what's going on, because this is the problem. And a lot of the gurus, if we go back to overcome this, because this can be residual income, it can be one-off income. Some of these plans are pay once, some of them are cyclers where they put you into the principle is always the same. There's a lot more people have got to lose to make the people that win win, and the people that win are very small numbers. They can be low ticket items, they can be high ticket items. Sometimes high ticket items are just paid on straight commissions. So why do people lose out there? Simple reason is most people are not salesmen. They don't want to be salesmen. They've never been salesmen. They don't want to learn to be salesmen, and they get suckered into spending money on what the gurus, and I say gurus because it's a term that really is perhaps better put as cheats. And a lot of top marketers are producing what they can call high quality training, seminars, whatever it is. They're selling them at extortionate prices, and they sell them on the basis that you buy this and maybe 2 or 3 people, you've broken even, and then you're making big money. You know, if you just sell 1 a month, you're making 5,000 a month because the course costs 10,000 and we're going to pay you 50% commission. Quite often these gurus will pay you very, very high commissions to sell their products, to entice people to buy them. Most people are not going to be able to sell them. They're never going to get their money back. It's not an easy sale to sell a high ticket item, regardless of what anybody says. You've got to have the gift of the gab. You've got to spend a lot of time with it. You've got to get on the phone to people. You've got to be in one-to-one situations if you want to be consistently selling products for thousands of dollars. Most people don't want to do that. Most people are not equipped to do that, and so most people fail. The gurus don't care, because people are buying their $10,000 products, and if they're only making $1,000 on them, usually they're making $2,000 or $3,000. they might only be making $500. But if they've got 1,000 people selling these things, some of them are going to make sales, and it keeps the thing turning over. Some of them have hundreds of thousands of people selling this rubbish, and it makes them millions of dollars a month. And yet most people are doomed to fail because of the way that things are set up. Be aware of this. Don't lose hope, but know what is going on. And then if you want renewed hope, come to WeShareAbundance.com. We're going to guarantee every member makes a profit. Sometimes not a very large profit, but if you're making a guaranteed profit, then you don't want to be dropping out. Even if it's only $20, $50 or $100 a month, if it's there guaranteed for little or no work, why would you want to stop? And that's what we've got. And that's why we're going to bring back the value of recurring income, because we're going to have recurring income even though people only need to get their hand in the pocket once. The most anybody in We Share Abundance will ever have to fork out is going to be $125. And as long as they just log in, use the system to read their messages and send messages, they will make a profit every month on that $125 and make a profit over and above the recurring cost. Okay, so we're not saying that, oh, it costs you 125 and you're going to make 20. No. It costs you 125 and you're going to make 150, 170, $200, sometimes more. There's going to be lots more ways to make money in there besides this. You can in fact start totally free and work your way up without ever making a sale, just by using the system. We Share Abundance. We're going to start by sharing abundance with you, not taking from you. Okay? So keep your eye on WeShareAbundance.com. It'll be launching soon. It'll be revolutionary. We are looking to bring hope to people throughout the world. Low-income people in third world countries, high-income people in the more prosperous countries can also greatly enhance their income. Later, I'm going to show you just how much it is possible to make very, very easily with this program, and with nobody dropping out. It's recurring income that grows. Not a struggle just to keep status quo, but will grow and grow and grow. This is the solution. As I say, it's taken me 25 years to find it. Maybe I'm a bit slow, but we're here, and I don't think anybody else has ever found this solution. So that's a mitigating factor for me. God bless.